Roaring Kitty is alive, he's active, but what did he just do? He unfollowed one person. He was following 92, now he's following 91. He also unpinned his post that was pinned in his bio. Later in the video, we're going to talk about what this means. But I want to prep you and warn you that he unfollowed Ryan Cohen. I'll talk about what it means later in the video. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn post notifications on, and holy shit, GameStop ran above $30 today, coming up to $30.42 very quickly, very aggressively, and immediately got smacked back down. Now, keep the music playing, turn the music up. The Japanese government bonds 10-year is now nearing all-time highs once again, which we saw March 26 when GameStop saw a disgusting pop. And this is just the beginning, so keep the music on. I'll probably cue some music in the background of this video because it is much needed. Now, where did we confirm that we are in GameStop? I want to talk about this. We have confirmed that we are in this exact cycle pattern, this exact fractal pattern from back in 2021. And we are painting an identical picture of about January 13th, 2021, when GameStop stock ran about 92%. The original candle was about 16%. The next candle finished it off with about 92% gain. Now that would bring us up to about $54, and sitting on the original candle, we are up only 7%. If we finish the day around 32.60, this would be a cause for the same degree of a move, but we can see why. We can see how we are being pinned down. The price action is being suppressed, as you saw the drop right here, which we'll talk about. But what did this also confirm with AMC as well as on the SPY before we talk about that? This confirmed that AMC as well as GameStop are in an earlier sequence than we originally anticipated, and the SPY painted that picture out for us. And we got a lot of stuff that aligns with the charts, alongside the charts. But this shows that GameStop and AMC are ready to move sooner than we thought. And it also lines up that we begin the second initial push May 29th, which is the 109.420 coming out to May 29th, where we're supposed to see volume maxed out, as well as a possible Roaring Kitty return. This also leads AMC to that same degree, where we are breaking this channel right here. And I ultimately see AMC Friday, tomorrow, breaking 325, and that is going to be another hefty confirmation. AMC's up about 8%, GameStop still up 6%. What did this confirm on the SPY? Well, yesterday we talked about it and we got a confirmation again on the SPY. I'm going to give you two scenarios. First, we said watch 580 as the first price target, then 571. We entered puts in Discord halfway through the day yesterday. We rode those puts out, and we did hit price target number one, retracement number one, which we talked about in yesterday's video. Well, what comes next, Lottery Sucks? Are we going to see that retracement 2 down to 570 to 572.50? And I do believe we are, but is it going to happen right away? Well, we could be in a couple of different scenarios. Right now, we could see the SPY come back up to test 598 to 600 by May 29th. And then as GameStop and AMC start their second original run-up, I do believe the SPY will retrace down to our 572 price target. And that is what I am personally calling for. Nothing I say is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I am just a YouTuber, and this is all in my personal opinion. But in my opinion, I do think we see a SPY pop by next Friday, coming up to 598 to 600, then collapsing back to 572.50 before ultimately bottoming out and going higher. Now, at this point, this will be different. This will be a different squeeze. We could see it not hold 572. We could see the SPY crash. We could see the SPY catapult. We don't need this retracement. I'm going to paint all of those pictures out for you, that it doesn't have to happen identically, but until it changes pattern, we will stick to what we see. This also just confirms everything on the SPY. Now, someone just also loaded 37 grand into GameStop $125 calls expiring in 29 days, which that's not a lot of money for the most part for institutions. But if you look at how stupid of a trade it is, you'd be like, why are you throwing away 40 grand? Well, they're not. It's a big ass YOLO, and once GameStop gets past their 125s, they're gonna start seeing a lot of money being made, and they didn't even buy far expiration. That's 29 days out. Now, shout out AMC, movie record breaking box office sales. Lilo and Stitch and Mission Impossible projected to smash box office with over 250 million each in opening weekend, which is great for the company. Now it's time to get in and really bring that ambiance here and get in the zone to think. May 26th is Memorial Day. You know the logo for Memorial Day, it's the US flag. It's put very simply. Roaring Kitty's birthday is June 8th. Okay? How do we put these together? Well, I've talked about and I've showed you time and time again GameStop's peaks every single time on June 8th, which is just so coincidental. Peak in the cycle, June 8th. Peak in the cycle, June 8th. Peak in the cycle, June 8th. I mean, June 6th, peak in this cycle. We're now coming up right into June. On top of that, what happens on your birthday? Well, you open the gift. So we have Memorial Day, May 26th. Roaring Kitty's gift that we're waiting for him to open, I believe, on the 8th, which is right around the time for the GameStop board meeting, the earnings and the board meeting, where their earnings, they have to announce the 10K if they bought Bitcoin or not. But then what do you have next? You have the eyes, the fire, the crash or boom, and then the celebration. So we're very close, and I'll just put that right there. Now, this is where things get interesting. What is going on with Roaring Kitty? What has happened? Because, you know, my original thought was, oh, damn, right? The last post he posted was the dog waiting for their owner, waiting for something to happen. You know, there was so many theories. The U fell off the sign. You know, there's no more unity. He's waiting for you. The Time magazine was with the YouTube, right? What's happened here, right? Is he waiting to go, and I just thought of this off the fly, this isn't my theory here. Is he waiting to go live on YouTube anniversary June 7th? And he's, you know, and that's from the Time magazine post. And then he was hinting at YouTube, maybe his birthday with the gift, he's hinting to go back live again on June 7th, June 8th, right? That's just a theory I just came up with. But ultimately, he unfollowed Ryan Cohen, which I originally thought, well, damn, that's scary, right? He's separating himself from Ryan Cohen. He's showing that, you know, he doesn't like the leadership anymore. And then he also deleted his bio, unpinned his posts from his bio. And here's what all of this could mean. I didn't think of this. He posted talking about the pizza restaurant. Now, this could be coincidental, but he's been quiet for 4 months or whatever, right? He's been silent. Now, all of a sudden, today, he picks a day and he unfollows Ryan Cohen and he deletes his bio, all this other stuff. On a random May 22nd, randomly, he posted about the pizza shop. Today, everyone's talking about the Bitcoin pizza anniversary date where the dude sold like 10 Bitcoins or something way back for a large pepperoni pizza or something along the lines of that. I'm sure that, you know, the details are a little bit different. But why on this day he's coming back? Is it because of the Bitcoin announcement right on the horizon? And on top of that, it lines up with the price action, right? Because it looks like people are front running that GameStop did load up on Bitcoin. This also brings me into David Bailey posting huge news coming. What do we say, fam? And then he also posted today, buckle up. But then you have Bitcoin Magazine. You have GameStop now following half in. So we have tons of stuff lining up that Bitcoin or that GameStop is in on Bitcoin. We don't know if they're in on Bitcoin above 100K. We're seeing hints now, and technically that'd be bearish, right? I mean, they'd be up a little bit, but we ultimately wanted them to buy down at 70K. We ultimately wanted them to buy down at 80K, 90K at most, right? So what do you guys think this all means? I also want to point out something that GameStop hit above the conversion window. I believe it was 29.85 or something along the lines of that for those convertible notes. Now, this is so important because if hypothetically the note holders wanted to convert to shares, they could have, and it would have diluted the company by 14.2%. Would they do this? Probably not, because it'd be basically a 1% gain. They wouldn't have any huge gain. There would be no reason to do it, except for the fact that they lent money to GameStop to get in Bitcoin, which would now be profitable. Now, speaking of that, if they put the 1.5 billion into Bitcoin at 70K, they're up about 1 billion in profit. Now, what's so interesting about that is if the note holders decide that they want to convert to cash at this price, hypothetically, which I don't think they will because they're riding this train higher, right? They can do that. It doesn't have to be shares, which means GameStop basically got free profits, a free $1 billion in profit, hypothetically, if that was the case. Now, that's just something that I figured I would just bring up after thinking about it off the top of my head. But ultimately, we're up 7%. We're getting a pop. And what's next here? Well, this is what's next, ultimately. This is what we're seeing on GameStop. This is where we're trading at. We are seeing the first candle that we're basing off of, right? That we're popping off of. The first floor, 30-20. Big rejection candle. We get over 30-20. Things could get real ugly real fast for short sellers, right above 34.50. At that point, we might see a little bit of cooling off, a little bit of speculation from tomorrow on Friday. Well, actually, no, tomorrow I assume we're going to see a pop. But from Monday to Wednesday next week, it might be quiet. We might see a retracement. It might be very ominous. We might not know what's happening. Based on cycles, we see chop trading. We see the SPY possibly coming higher off of no news. People start freaking out. And then 29th, we might see some action happen. But again, 26th, Memorial Day, which is Monday, markets will be closed. We got a long weekend. Most of the time, GameStop, AMC do very well on 4-day weeks. That is also the flag emoji, possibly. Again, a lot of tin here. Ultimately, disregard all the noise. What do you see? We see momentum building, big volume spike, huge gamma ramping, huge catalyst for the month of June, and signs pointing upward in a very, very harsh way. But that is what I got for you guys for today's video. If you're not subscribed to my channel, what are you doing? We are tapping $30 again. And if you want me to stream when GameStop decides that it wants to boom, let me know in the comments down below. I want you to spam the comments and make sure that I do it. I want the family to want that. That is what I got for you guys for today's video. Join the Discord. It's the top link so we can chat. I also post my trades as soon as I take them. If you're not in there yet, one trade can pay for Discord for several years on end. So get in the Discord server, learn how to trade correctly, take trade setups, download Moomoo, open an account, make a deposit, earn up to 60 free stocks, as well as 8.1% APY on your uninvested cash. Go press these links, guys. Stop sleeping. Get a funded futures account so you can trade successfully, practice, take payouts from them. Once you're successful, hit their consistency rule, yada, yada, yada. Easy, easy, easy. Check all of the links. Spend 10 minutes on it, and I'm hyped. That is it, guys. I love you all. God bless. Lottery Stocks out.